Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today it is Tuesday, so we're back at it again with another terrifying Tuesday. Guys, the reason if this doesn't come out on Tuesday, it will be coming out on early Wednesday, so like 12 o'clock. If it does, and you know the reason why, it is 8:17. I've been at work all day. I made some nice break of money, so you guys either check back in, but I will be uploading a video either tomorrow or Thursday, and it's gonna be a big surprise. You guys just be ready for it. It's gonna be fire. Let's just say it's something that I think is in pretty high demand. We're gonna leave it at that. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so today's another terrifying Tuesday. But before we get into that, I need to talk to you guys about something real quick. The recent support has been insane. I've said that in the past like 3 videos. But it just broke a new record for me, my guy. I have number one, we just hit 100 subscribers. I just checked and we just hit 100 subscribers. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. You guys don't understand. We just broke our first 100 subscribers. So we out here, baby. We out here. Yeah, and the second thing is somebody made a fan edit of me. I don't know, it's on TikTok. I don't know, I can't really link the TikTok or anything. I don't think I can put it up on screen or anything, but the dude's username is KamoriXKenshin and it's like a picture of a dog with my face on it, which had me cracking up when I first saw it. But then he released the fan edit thing, and it was one of those things where it was Tattletale versus KamoriXKenshin, and it was and he did the speed, agility, he did all of that, and it was sick. It was so sick to see, bro. That made my day. That made my week. That made my year. To see somebody doing a fan edit of me, because taking time out of their day, not only to watch me, but to make something for me. That's crazy, bro. So go show him some love on TikTok. It's KamoriXKenshin dog. Go show him some love, please. I couldn't duet it. I couldn't do any of that stuff. I tried. I would have duetted it, but I couldn't. So guys, go like that up, and go follow that guy. Thank you so much for whoever did that. But yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Leave your suggestions for the 100 subscriber special in the comments. Leave them in the comments, and I will, whatever either gets the most likes or is commented the most, that's what I'll do for the 100 subscriber special. But yeah, let's get right into this terrifying Tuesday. Okay, the first video that we're gonna watch is another Meat Canyon video. It's called Behind Dreams Mask. The thumbnail looked kind of crazy, so let's just get into it.
These documents are fascinating. The level of detail is remarkable. You say you're only an amateur in entomology? What exactly got you into the field?
I found my love of insects through my son.
Well, your research has been all the rage at the university. I mean, people won't stop talking about it. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of people were jealous that you reached out to me for help with your studies. Not too often an entomologist gets a house call.
I'm a good father. I love my son. But after that night, his body was just lifeless. I don't know how it happened. His body just began to decay. He wouldn't leave his bed. I would peek into his room and try joking around with him and say, "Why are you so sad, kid? like I used to. But by that point, he wasn't responding. His body was still decaying. They don't
he's in a
tell you about
cocoon.
the stench when the process is happening.
I will say it's getting rather late. I should be heading home. We could continue our discussion over email or...
Any good father would have done what I had to do. His friends kept coming over asking where he
His
was,
face.
but they wouldn't understand. No one would understand that he couldn't move. He wasn't himself. That's why I took him out of that school, threatening to fail him for not showing up. What do they know? I was the only thing that could keep him safe. No one needed to know his secret. Imagine you lost your childhood to some kind of fluke, some accident.
Sir, I'm sorry for your loss, but please let me go.
Loss? You think my son is dead? Why would you say that? You think I
Dude,
killed
what did
my
he
son,
do?
don't you? I'm the only person that can protect him.
What did he do?
I never said such a thing. You're just not thinking straight. Please let me go, and I won't tell anyone about this.
I had to become my son because he was transforming. You see? He had lost his sight by that point. I would wave my hands in front of his eyes to no avail. Medication didn't seem to help. The names
Normal
just got
pills
longer and longer.
from his song.
They were just trying to give him normal pills. But that's not what my son is. He's the farthest thing from normal. He wanted to play his favorite video game, but couldn't.
Minecraft.
His hands were mangled, practically non-existent.
Let me lead you, psycho!
Oh my
So
gosh.
I would play the game for him, and I got good. I got so good. We would upload YouTube videos. Before you knew it, we had fans. People loved our videos. I would play with his friends, and I could see fragments of my son's happiness reappearing. We were becoming a family again. But social media was so cruel to me and my son. They would say so many hurtful things and accuse me of everything. The very fan base we built was turning on us, you see?
You need help.
I know. That's why I called you. The pressure and the hate from all of these people, it got to him. He started to isolate himself again.
Ooh.
It was the last time I was able to see my son.
Ew.
Maybe you can help me figure out when I'll see my son again.
You're sick!
Ooh. Oh, he broke all of his... Do you see how his body landed on the ground? That's not okay. Don't go in. Don't go in. Don't get in Dream's room. Don't do it.
Don't go in there!
Look, the dad warned you, bro. He warned you.
Oh God, the smell! Where's the light?
He warned you, bro.
Oh my God. Shut off the light! It's okay. Daddy's here. Daddy's got you. How much longer will he be in there? It's been months. I miss my son.
He's emerging. What is this?
My son! Beautiful. You're beautiful. Look!
Oh my gosh.
What was that thing?
That's my son.
What did I just watch? Alright guys, so this next video is called 3 True Halloween Horror Stories Animated, and it was uploaded by Horror Shorts Party. So yeah, let's get right into it. Their intro is so cool. I'm not gonna lie, their intro is nice. Ooh, okay, hit it. Hit it. Thank you for 400K. You're welcome, dog. Narrated by Lizzie. I don't know.
On Halloween night, 1974, 8-year-old Timothy O'Brien went trick-or-treating with his sister, Elizabeth, and 2 other children in Pasadena, accompanied by Timothy's father, Ronald, and another parent. The night started off innocently enough, but would go on to end in tragedy. When the group knocked on one particular door, there was seemingly no one home, and as such, they swiftly moved on.
But that costume
Timothy's
is
father
cold.
stayed behind for a moment to wait and see if anybody would answer the door. He quickly caught back up with the others, with 5 pixie sticks in his hand, given to him by the homeowner, who was simply taking their time to answer the door. He distributed the candy amongst the children, and later gave the spare one to a child who was not with the group. It began to rain, and as such, they cut their trick-or-treating session short, and the children and their parents went back to their homes. Before bed, Timothy asked his parents if he could dip into his candy collection. They agreed, and young Timothy decided to start with the pixie stick. He poured some of the powdery candy into his mouth, but immediately complained that it tasted unusually bitter.
It's poison, it's cyanide.
Timothy
Watch.
quickly realized that
Oh my
something
gosh.
was wrong, and he rushed to the bathroom with severe stomach pains. Shortly after, Timothy began to convulse, and within no time at all, went limp in his father's arms. He died as he was being rushed to the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
After a pathology report, it was revealed that the pixie sticks had been laced with a poison, a fatal dose of potassium cyanide.
What did I say? What did I
Timothy
say?
consumed enough poison to have killed 2 adults.
Oh my gosh.
Thankfully, none of the other children in the group had eaten their pixie sticks, though theirs also tested positive for containing lethal amounts of cyanide. The tops of the candy wrappers had been opened, filled with poison, and resealed with a stapler. After the news of Timothy's death spread, there was community uproar, with parents from the surrounding area returning their children's Halloween candy to the police, fearing that a maniac had been handing out poison treats to as many trick-or-treaters as possible, with the sole intention of killing dozens of children. And that's exactly what was believed to have happened by the police, initially, at least. The authorities began to grow suspicious of Ronald, Timothy's own father, due to his inability to even recall which house handed out the pixie sticks, despite the fact that he and the children had only visited a handful of houses across 2 streets that evening.
Look at him sweating. It was him.
Even
He
more
killed his own
strange
son.
was the
Watch.
fact that none of the houses that the group had visited that evening had been handing out pixie sticks to trick-or-treaters.
It was his dad. Watch. He killed his own son, bro.
Eventually, the truth came to light.
What was it?
Ronald had poisoned the candy himself, and ensured
Yup.
that it ended up being given to all of the children that he had taken out trick-or-treating.
Wow. Look at him.
Motivation? To collect on various life insurance policies that he had taken out on his son, and presumably his daughter,
Wow.
though was stated she never ate her candy. He
Mm-mm-mm.
gave the other children the sweets in order to cover his tracks and make it appear as if someone else was indiscriminately handing out the poisoned pixie sticks.
Wow.
Turns out that Ronald was over $100,000 in debt, and the life insurance payouts that he was set to receive would have eased his financial woes.
Dude.
Throughout his entire trial, Ronald maintained his innocence, but the amount of evidence pointing towards him as the murderer was too substantial for the jury to ignore.
You're a
It was
scumbag,
revealed
bro.
that Ronald had been talking to chemists about where he could purchase cyanide and how much would be needed for a lethal dosage.
Yeah, okay,
His
bro.
friends and co-workers also testified that Ronald showed an unusual interest in the poison in the months leading up to Halloween.
Bro, he's been planning
He
this
was
for
found guilty of
months.
murder and 4 counts of attempted murder, and was sentenced to death.
Yeah, that's what you deserve.
While incarcerated, he was despised by his fellow inmates, who condemned him for murdering his own son.
Exactly, bro. You murdered your
Ronald's
son?
execution took place on March
For some
31st,
money?
1984, just after midnight. A crowd of demonstrators gathered outside as he died, some even chanting, "Trick or treat."
Yeah.
For his heinous crime, Ronald has become known as the man who killed Halloween.
This is oh my gosh. Now, what was the point of that horse shirt party? What was the point of that? Alright, guys, so this next one is called Sleepover Horror, The Return of Bloody Mary. I can never read. Something Scary, uploaded by Snarled. So I used to watch Snarled when, I don't know who this is. Okay, no offense to you. I don't know who this is. My girl was Aute Sapphire, and then that isn't even because of Corey Kenshin. It is actually like I used to watch them before Spooky Scary Sunday started. So I don't know what happened to her. I don't know why there's this new girl. But we're gonna judge and we're gonna see if this new girl is as good as Aute Sapphire or not. I don't know if anybody can replace Aute Sapphire, but we'll see. Let's get right into it.
Hey, I'm Markia. Want to hear something scary?
Okay, she got the something scary down. Okay, she got the want to hear something scary down.
The Return of Bloody Mary.
Okay.
There is something about the idea of summoning spirits. And
all I'm gonna say is that filter is kind of sick. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That filter is so cool. Like, you know how like the Sin City filter where it's black and white and red, but black and white and purple? It's kind of fire. I'm just saying.
communicating with the other side that gives us a thrill. But by the time we stop to think about what happens after we actually do that, the damage is already done. My friend Zamani and I were hanging out in my house one evening while my parents were at my brother's football game. We finished up a game of patchwork when she exclaimed, "Lissy, we should play Bloody Mary."
She white. Look at her.
She was into all those creepypastas and urban legends, but games like trying to call forth entities like
See?
Bloody Mary
She black.
and chant into a mirror scared me.
Cause she black.
Even the possibility of seeing Bloody Mary
Ooh.
in the mirror, or
Ooh,
worse,
that
being dragged
face.
inside of it, was terrifying.
Dude, that
But
face,
then
dude.
she double dog dared me, so I had to accept.
No,
We
you
headed
don't.
towards the bathroom, her slippers slapping next to the squeak of my wheels against the hardwood floor.
Oh, she's in a wheelchair.
Stopping by the bathroom door, Zamani picked up the wooden cross on the wall next to a family portrait. "You'll have to move that for now. There's no way Mary will come with that there."
Girl,
I
don't
took
be
the
messing
cross
with Jesus.
from her and put it in the nearby linen closet.
Nah,
I
bro, you can't be
slowly
listening to her.
opened the bathroom door, as if I expected Mary to be there, waiting for us, wielding her axe.
Dude, that
My heart
face
was
is
already
so creepy.
thumping. We entered, closing the door without turning on the light, so we were in total darkness.
Dude,
Facing the
no.
large mirror over the sink, we held hands and chanted, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary,
look at her face and look at her face.
Bloody
The
Mary,"
difference in races.
12 times.
12.
We paused before the 13th, which would complete the incantation.
Okay,
I
this is different than
whispered,
most.
"Do we really want to do this?"
No, you don't.
I could sense Zamani's grin as she
Ugh,
laughed
bro,
and
look at the
cried
gap in your
out,
teeth, bro. I could fit a quarter in that.
"Bloody
Emotional damage.
Mary!" And nothing happened.
Good, get out the house.
We waited.
Leave.
Still, nothing.
Cause of the cross.
Relieved, I swiveled back for the light switch when Zamani grabbed me and whispered, "Lissy, she's here." But there was nothing in the mirror, or at least it was too dark. I couldn't even see our reflections. I flipped on the light, looked back into the mirror, and gasped. Zamani didn't look like, well, Zamani. In her reflection, her eyes were black, soulless orbs. Freckled skin, now sickly looking and flaky. And that smile, more like a grimace stretching across her face, almost reaching her ears.
Bro.
Gone were her jersey and cutoffs, replaced with an ill-fitting white dress. White, but stained with vast and ever-growing patches of red blood. I screamed in panic. The door wouldn't budge. I looked at the thing in horror, saw it whip its head to me. I began to sob, sure I would die of fright if it didn't get me first. And then I bolted upright in my bed, as if ripped from a nightmare.
Ooh.
It was nighttime. Had it all been just a dream?
Oh, you got
Despite
lucky.
my fear, I knew I had to check. As I headed to the hallway bathroom,
No,
I
why would you
stopped
do
by
that?
the linen closet, chilled to find the cross in there. I rehung it, angled inside, closed the bathroom door, and turned on the light.
Bro, no.
Psyching myself up, I turned around and stared into the mirror, only to see my so-called bad dream replay in the reflective surface. Zamani with black, soulless eyes. The maniacal grin stretching her face.
No
the blood-stained
way.
clothing. I froze in terror.
I thought it was gonna be a
transfixed.
dream.
Only this time at the end, my possessed friend stabbed me in the back. Literally. I slumped forward, scrambling for purchase on the counter, expecting to see blood, feel pain. There was nothing, only shock, as I rubbed my eyes, and the vision was gone. The mirror only reflected my own terrified face.
What?
Whimpering, I somehow made it back to my room and fell back into bed. Then, I abruptly woke up again. Only this time, it was morning. The smell of coffee and pancakes from the kitchen, my parents and brother getting ready for school. I rolled
What?
upright and gasped as a sharp pain in my back took my breath away. I pulled at my nightshirt, looking in the nearby mirror hung on my closet door. There, exactly where I'd been attacked in the dream, was a new inflamed reddened scar. If the wound was real, then that meant the house line began to ring. My
Bro,
mom
get out the
answered,
house,
then
bro.
called out, "Lissy, honey, did Zamani sleep over? Her mom is on the phone and very worried. She didn't come home last night."
Bro.
The holidays are supposed to be happy times, but we know
Not with the sponsor. Dude, that was fire. I'm just not gonna lie. The ending where the mom called, okay, that was kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie. But she should have known better. She's black. You live in a black household. You should know better. That's your fault. Shouldn't have listened to your white friend. Okay, just so y'all know, I love white people. Okay, like, my best friend is a white person. Okay, so chill out. Alright guys, so the last one for this week is called The Playhouse, and it's by Llama Arts, who is one of the scary animation legends on YouTube. Maybe the legend, just saying. But yeah, let's get right into it.
We live on several acres in rural Indiana, USA. Our neighbors aren't too far apart, but we all live on a lot of property.
Okay.
On our properties, we have a lot of trees, and our neighbor doesn't maintain their property well, so a lot of it's overgrown. You know,
Okay.
a couple of fallen trees and a lot of downed branches. We knew the state of their property was probably because it was an older couple that owned the house and the property was vast.
Do some work for him. Get
We have
paid.
a creek separating our homes as well, but a small strip of their property is accessible from our backyard. Due to the overgrowth and trees, we weren't able to see much of their property when we first moved in the summer.
Not
And
good.
of course, we didn't go onto their land because we didn't want to trespass.
Yep.
One night, my daughter and her friend were camping in the backyard and ran inside, swearing that they heard a kid laughing or crying in our backyard. I figured
Come
it was
inside.
their imagination from too
No.
many scary stories while in the tent.
Nope.
I went out to investigate briefly just in case. I heard a faint noise coming from just...
Okay, so while I'm saying this,
Now think about what you've done.
beyond our property line. I moved the flashlight into the general direction and called out to whoever may be in the trees. The sound stopped. I decided it was probably just a couple of stray cats, but just in case, I had the girls set up the tent in the living room. The next day, after taking my daughter's friend home, curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to investigate the area by our property line. As I neared the line of trees, I saw a small path I had never noticed before. Since I knew my neighbors were too far and the trees were too thick, they couldn't see me on their property, so I stepped onto the small path. I walked slowly, looking down, watching for poison ivy and fallen branches.
are you gonna
I
discover
wasn't too
something?
far in when I saw a dirty, broken kid's toy on the ground, wrapped in overgrown weeds.
They got kids in their basement.
I looked up, and in the distance I saw a small, white shed-like structure.
They got kids in
As I
there.
got closer, there were more and more toys scattered on the ground.
Look at the
some
barbed wire.
partially buried, all broken and dirty. Then there was barbed wire, and I could see the front of the shed and realized it was a large playhouse.
They
with
keeping
a
kids in
wooden
there.
alphabet decorating the outside. I was starting to feel uneasy. This playhouse was at least half a mile or more from the only house on the property. I stopped in
Call
my
the
tracks,
police.
letting my imagination go a little, when I felt a tap on my shoulder. I must have jumped a foot off the ground, only to turn around and see that my daughter had followed me.
Ooh,
Once my heart slowed down, I decided to get a closer look.
I
There
would
was
have
more
backhanded.
broken
I'm
barbed
sorry.
wire
I would have.
fencing on the ground the closer
Girl.
I got.
Oh,
The window
I'm
on
sorry.
the side
I'm sorry.
was broken, and there was a hole in the roof. There was a broken train set, one a kid would be able to ride on. The front door had a white piece of wood set to lock someone in, not keep people out. At this point, my daughter was in full panic mode and begging for us to walk back to our house.
Call
But
the
I had to
police.
at least look through the window.
No,
or my
you don't.
mind
See?
would wander with all
White
the
people.
possibilities
That
of
daughter,
what could be.
their daddy black.
As
Like,
was
I just
stepping to the side
albino
of the
black,
shed,
and she just came
my
out like
daughter
that.
was following close behind. In her fear, she was paying more attention
Her
to
black
me
sense was
than where she
tingling.
was
You know what I'm
stepping.
saying?
And she cut her leg pretty deep on some barbed wire that was hidden in overgrowth. I quickly glanced inside the window.
You not worried about your daughter?
Showing dirt floor and broken wood.
Hell,
and a large
Mom.
wooden bench with a dark stain on top. I picked up my daughter, who was determined her leg was going to fall off. We left the neighbor's property, and I took her to the doctor to get a tetanus shot and get her cleaned up. That night after dinner, I let the dog out, but couldn't get her to come back in. I let her stay outside for a while and checked again a little later. Our dog still wouldn't come in, and I noticed she was standing by the path we took earlier.
Dude,
I
dogs
grabbed a
can sense
flashlight
these
and a
things, bro.
leash and headed out to her. She was pacing, whining, and sniffing around everywhere. I figured it was from the blood earlier, but she never ventured onto the path. Then, I heard the giggling of a little girl. I called out to the child, but there was no answer in return, just some rustling in the leaves.
Go back in the house.
I ran
There you
inside
go.
with the dog to check on my daughter to make sure that she was still in the house. She was laying in bed, fast asleep. The next morning, I went straight to the playhouse, but as I was approaching, something was wrong. The broken toys seemed to be in different places, and when I got to the playhouse, my heart felt like it was a ton of bricks. All over the side of the playhouse were children's drawings, in my daughter's blood.
Ooh. That was it? No way, that was it. Dude. Come on now, dawg. Dang, bro. Wow. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this terrifying Tuesday. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button. If you guys didn't like it, be sure to comment down below to tell me what I can do better. If you're new and you want to become a Shinobi today, which there are now 100 of, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and also thank you so much guys so much for the recent support. And I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be. Deuces.